Greetings, everyone. This is I'm Right.
I'm right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Once again, for our listeners, if you didn't hear us last week, we will soon, we're closer to premiering I'm Right on a new platform.
What's going on? You don't sound excited. Listen, everybody. We are going to be on a new platform, okay? It's Fireside, and you're going to see us and talk to us and interact with us and everything. It's going to be fantastic. I've been using the app for some time now, and it is excellent.
And if you're ever in need of a hype man, Tony is for hire. You're a very good hype man.
You need to be excited, Jill. This is fantastic.
I am actually excited.
I mean, just to imagine if you were watching a television show, a talk show, late night talk show, but instead you can interact with the host.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Like you can talk to the host.
Yes. And see the host, and the host can see you, and just fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes. So we're premiering, like right now, some of you, if you listen to our show as soon as it comes out, that's usually on a Monday morning. But on Fireside, starting March 30th, we will be live.
Live. Like live, for real live. It's alive.
Yes. Starting March 30th, which is a Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And so if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can interact with us.
Or if you have a M1 Mac.
Yes. If you're a baller like that, then yes, you can roll with us like that.
You can still do it from an Android phone.
You can listen to us and watch us, but you won't be able to interact.
So so all you Android people, you have time to get your act together.
Yes. And so if we know you, chances are you have already received an email from me telling you how to get on the app. The app is free. And how to participate when our show comes up. If I don't know you, you can contact us through my website, which is jillcoxcordova.com. That's COXCORDOVA.com.
Cool.
Jill Cox Cordova, no hyphens, no dots or anything. .com. And there's a contact form on there, and you could just let me know that you're interested in joining us on the show. And we will be also booking one guest, or if you're part of a couple and both of you want to come on, you can be a couple that comes on as a guest each week.
Yeah, we will. Yes, we will definitely have guests every week.
Yes. And so if you're interested in that, you can also let me know either via email, if you know what that is, or through the website. And
cool.
We'll get going on that.
Yeah.
So that
I'm like really excited. I
am
can't
too,
wait.
actually. But that brings us to this week's topic, which is persuasive people.
Persuasive people.
It's part of a segment that we call
Stand by Your Stance.
So this topic idea was actually mine because sweetheart,
I just let you think it was yours. Just let you think it was yours. It was really mine.
No, it wasn't. You didn't even remember what the topic was a few minutes ago. But
well, I forget what I say from minute to minute.
I don't. I don't forget what you say. But anyway, I thought of this topic because of you.
Really?
Because you are quite a persuasive person.
I don't necessarily agree with you on that.
Sweetheart.
Yes.
How long did I tell you I do not want to do a podcast where we're talking about us? How often did I tell you that?
Actually, you came around quicker than you thought you did. You came around pretty quickly.
What's pretty quickly to you? A month?
Yeah,
2 months?
About a month.
See, that's a long time for most
people.
About
a month, maybe 6 weeks. You came around.
Yes. So you persuaded me to do that. You certainly persuaded me to go to video on Fireside.
And look at all the wonderful things that are happening because of my one idea.
What are all the things that are happening?
Well, one wonderful thing that has happened is that this is the fourth year of our podcast, and we just like love our listeners, and I think that's fantastic. If we didn't do that, it we would never be doing what we're getting ready to do now on Fireside.
That's
Just by
true. We
launching
would have
that,
stopped a long time ago.
we also created a course on Listenable on about empathy.
Right.
um, we did that
Again, something
again,
else that you were
and
responsible for.
but again, they approached us because of our podcast,
That is true.
and now again, Fireside approached us because of our podcast.
That's true.
Okay, so we're going in other directions. We're improving. And I just love it. So we are moving in the right direction.
And
I
you've been
oh
after me for years to do video, and I'm like, I will never do that. There's a
yes,
reason I was behind the scenes the whole time I worked in TV.
yes,
And now look at
but
us.
remember, Jill, I didn't want to do video either. You
Yes,
forget about that.
but you would always say, I don't want to do video either, but it's what we need to do. You would always say that.
Yes. So see,
Whereas I was
this
like,
is
I don't care. I don't want to do it.
but see, this is the same thing we talked about in the last episode. Once I see from a business standpoint what we need to do, then I'm going to move in that direction. So I started seeing that, yeah, our next step needs to be video.
Oh, I'm
So it
glad
was,
that you
but
brought
it's the
that
same
up.
thing with social media. Now I'm saying, okay, well, for business reasons, I need to really, start getting involved.
Okay, so
For
since you've
um,
reached that point, can I persuade you to just handle our social media?
Absolutely not.
See,
You know
you're
why?
the persuasive one,
No,
not
but
me.
yeah, but you know why?
No.
Because I wouldn't do a good job of it. This I know.
Ah, but you're the same person that once someone shows you how to do something, you'll roll with it and you'll do it well.
Possibly if
You
it's
always say,
something.
don't show me something you don't want me to do.
That's right, but it's got to be something I want to do also. So
What what the heck is that?
what do you mean?
You can't always do what the only things you want to do.
That's called keeping me happy. That's what that's called. That's
But
called
I don't
having a
like
great life. That's what that's called.
but I don't like to do social media either.
Yeah, but
So why do I have to be
when
the
it
one that has
when
to
it
do
comes
it?
to the both of us, where both of us don't like to do it, we have to go with the one that does it better. And you do it better than me. You do it better than me.
This is
You're well. You are more engaging in social media. You tell me. You might read replies that you've given to people, and I said, well, wow, chill. That's fabulous. That's a great reply. And you're like, well, what would you have said? Great. I would have said, great, done.
which would have been just as
That's
good.
wonderful.
It might have been just as good for
No, but
that person, for the
you'll
recipient.
say things like, "Oh, I listened to your podcast. It was very engaging, and I got this from it, that from it, and I hope you do well, and I'm sure you'll do better, and great things will come of this, and all of that." But me, great, it's wonderful. Thumbs up,
But
yay!
but maybe that's all the recipient needed was the great thumbs up.
You're better at it. You're just better. Your replies are much better than mine would ever
So
be.
we can make this segment really short. Out of the two of us, which one is the most persuasive?
It depends.
You.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
What have I ever persuaded you to do? Nothing. Ever.
Oh, that is not true.
What? What have I persuaded you to
You
do?
persuaded me to write my first book of poetry.
Nope. You used the wrong word. You used the wrong verb. I tricked you into doing it.
You
It
did
wasn't
trick me.
persuasion, it was
But
a
that's how
trick.
you know, but it was you in my mind, you persuaded me to do that.
You tell
So
people all the time I tricked you.
you did trick me.
So,
But at the
not the
time,
same. Not the
at
same.
the time, I didn't know I was being tricked. So
It was still
So
a trick.
you
That's what I had to resort.
persuaded me.
That's what I had to resort to, was to
You
trick you, to
you
get you to do what you needed to
you
do.
persuaded me to write prose.
And again, I tricked you. Not the
Jill,
same.
it will sound a lot better
I
if you just
know.
say, I persuaded you.
I'm
I
just,
persuaded you. That's all you have to say. I persuaded you.
no, because you always tell
Oh
people I
Lord.
tricked you. We're using your word.
But you did. But I'm trying to, make it good for you, that you don't trick me
I'm
all the
just,
time.
I
So
don't anymore. That was when we were still dating, and you just needed to
I need a little
express your
I needed a little
creativity.
push.
Yeah, you did. So I
Yeah.
did what I needed to
No,
do.
and I thank you for it. See, I do thank you for it. So, it's
So
all
that was
good.
when we were dating. We've been married 16 years, and I haven't persuaded you to do anything since.
No, that is not true. You
So you can't
persuaded
think of
me.
anything.
You persuaded me to go to Hawaii with you.
Yes, I had
You
to
did.
twist your arm to make you want to go to Hawaii. Who
Yes.
says that?
Yes,
No
because it
one
was
says
no,
that.
I say that because I knew it was an expensive trip.
Yes, but you are the king of finding ways to travel to make it more affordable. You
Yes,
were the
I
king at
did
doing
I
that.
did make it a lot more
I
affordable than for
know. I
most
know.
people.
I
But
know.
um
That's what you're really good at.
but you persuaded
No,
me.
I
You
didn't have to persuade
persuaded
you
you
on
per,
that one. I
you
did
per,
not have to, because again,
you're
going with your logic and all that you've been saying, you knew that that was business. Yes, we made it into a vacation, but it was really a business reason we were there.
uh well, it was
Yes.
research. It was research for you.
Yes,
For
that
you.
that needed to be
Yes.
conducted.
But you persuaded me that
It
that's
was
what
not
that
a
should be
I did
done.
not have listeners, I did not have to twist his arm on that one.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to go to Hawaii?
When you're thinking about how much it's going to cost, I don't want to go to Hawaii.
But you also know that you're really good at finding a more affordable way
any
to travel. You know that.
anyway.
So that
Anyway.
so that one doesn't count. That's not true persuasion. I didn't have to twist your arm to get you to do that.
Maybe you're so good at persuading me to do stuff that I don't even know that you persuaded me to do
Nope,
stuff.
nope.
That's probably what it is.
That is not what
It's
it
what it
is. That
is.
is not what
It
it
is what it
is.
is. It is what it is. What it is what it is. That is what it
It is
is.
what it
It
is.
is what it
Well,
is.
what
What it
is
is.
it?
What it is.
What is it?
It's you persuading me.
No, it's not.
It's what it is.
It's
That's what
not.
it
That is
is.
not
It is
persuasion.
what it
Now
is.
I
What
will
it
ad-
is what it is.
now I will
Yes.
admit that if I want you to be on board with something that I think you or I or we need to do, I will consider the best approach to get you to say yes.
Then that's being
That is
persuasive.
not being persuasive.
Yes.
That's called being strategic.
You just cause being like 3 and 4 steps ahead of me. I don't
No,
stand a chance.
that is not
I don't
true.
stand a chance.
That is not true. I did not have to persuade you to go to Hawaii
You
because
know what?
anybody would want to go to Hawaii.
You know what, Jill? You're the smartest woman I know.
Stop it.
But, well, maybe not the very smartest,
Thank you.
but you're very smart. Okay. I've met a lot of
I'm
smart
not.
women. I've met a lot of smart women since we got together.
Yes, my friends
Very
are
smart
very
women.
smart. I
But
surround
but
myself with smart people. That is
but
true.
so yeah, I couldn't possibly persuade you to do anything you didn't want to do.
You persuaded me to do a podcast. You persuaded me to say yes to going to video. You persuaded me to do a live show. You
Did,
persuaded me
did
to talk about our marriage. You persuaded me to talk about relationships to other people. You persuaded me to
I didn't persuade you though. I said,
all those
Jill,
things. Yes, because
no,
I said, because
I
my
didn't have to
initial,
sell it.
this
I didn't
is,
have to sell it, Jill. I didn't have to. There was no
listen
hard
to me.
sell. I didn't
Listen,
have to sell it. You were
question.
like
I have a
on
question for
board.
you. What's
Yes.
your definition of persuasion? Because I'll tell you mine first. Mine is
Okay.
persuasion comes into play when you know that the person will likely say no, but you get them to say yes. That's my definition of
Okay.
persuading someone to do something.
Okay.
So most of the so
Okay.
all the that I just mentioned, my answer for quite some time was no. no, I'm not doing that. Or no, I will never do that.
Jill,
So, so
but Jill,
yes,
but Jill. I never
yes.
did. You didn't let me finish my thought about you being so smart. So I couldn't possibly persuade you into doing anything that you didn't want to do. I
You
couldn't.
absolutely, I did
I
not want
couldn't.
to do a podcast. I did
I
not want
think
to be on video. I
I
did not want to be live.
do you know
Don't you know that
you know what
even no matter
look
how
look
smart a person is, they can be persuaded to do
well
things
check
that they didn't think they wanted to do?
well check this out. Last weekend we set up all our equipment and to do a run through, a rehearsal. Remember, we were doing our rehearsal for our I'm Right on Fireside,
Yes.
our show
Yes.
there.
And it turned out to be a fun we did that
Yeah.
for hours, but it turned out to be fun. But you know
Yes.
why?
And you were like, oh, wow, this is really great. This is a lot of fun.
But you know why?
This is like when I used to develop shows
That's exactly why.
for
So I was in
work.
my comfort zone because I used to do that
Yeah,
all the
but that
time.
was
The
work.
difference was well, that's why I
Yes.
kept saying no because it was I remember the work that went into it. But
But
the
you
difference was what made me see that you were right for us to do this is
yes,
because it's our show. We own it. We do what we want to
that
do
is
as opposed
correct.
to developing a show where somebody else could say no, don't do that when I know that that was not the right thing to do.
Correct.
So this time we're in control. But
Absolutely.
you had to show me that
And but
until before I was on board fully. Now I can see. Now I'm excited. Like, oh, that's the difference. But see,
yeah,
you were
look,
years ahead of me because you've been saying this for years. And I'm like, I will never do that. So you were years ahead of me and like, oh, all I have to do is just show her that she's in control. That's all you had to do.
no, I didn't. No, that was not my thought process at all.
Sure it wasn't.
No, it really
What was
wasn't.
your thought
Mine,
process? Let us in on your strategy to
mine,
persuade me to do that.
mine was more selfish. Actually,
Oh,
it really was. And I voiced this before. You should remember this. You should remember
refresh
this.
my memory.
Okay, I'm sure our listeners remember because they remember when I tell them things. Listeners, I know you do. You all remember when I tell you things
You
about
know I have a
myself.
very good
And
memory, but I also block out things I don't want to hear. But go ahead.
well, the deal was, and this is how the podcast idea came into existence. I will admit I was being very selfish. It's because I wanted to do it. I
So
wanted
your
to do
strategy
it.
was that oh, she'll do it because I want to do it because she loves me and she'll
No,
do
no, no,
this
no.
because
I
she
want to.
loves
You
me.
don't even know why I wanted to do it.
Yes, I do. You were a radio kid.
There you go. So I was a
It
radio
was
kid.
nostalgic.
Yeah, but I saw, as a child growing up in the 60s, there were no black talk show hosts. There were disc jockeys. I didn't want to be a disc jockey. And I didn't know that a black person could be a radio host. Okay.
Right.
So never crossed my mind that that was something that I could do. Okay.
I'm smiling because when I was a child, I remember being 8 or 9 years old and getting under my grandmother's picnic table with my friends. And I was the host and they were my guest. And that's what I would make
Yes,
everybody play.
absolutely. But then remember, you're 8 years younger than me.
Yes,
So there's a slight difference in time
I
and
know.
how things were perceived.
Right.
So fast forward to present day, I didn't even know what a podcast was.
That's
But
right.
once I found out, I was, wait a minute. I could do that. I don't have to work through anybody. I can do that all on my own. So then I had to think, what kind of show could I have? And I decided that I did not have anything to offer just for a show. But we did. We did. We had something to offer together. Just our plain interaction with each other would be enough.
And now this live video thing.
It's the natural progression. We had to go there. We just did. And now I'm even, I might have had some doubt in the beginning when we started this venture with Fireside of how the show would be received. Okay.
On Fireside?
Yes. Yes.
We did?
I did. I'm speaking for myself.
Oh, what were your doubts?
Let me talk.
Okay.
Let me. I know you're a former journalist. You still
I
are a journalist.
I still ask
actually.
questions.
Yes. So, I wasn't sure if it would translate to video well, whether we would translate to video well. But then after I started using the app and was actually interactive on someone else's shows, or plural, and it's like, oh yeah, Jill and I are going to be great for this. Fantastic. And then especially after we did our rehearsals and all of that, I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be great.
I have to admit, when we did the rehearsal, that's when I realized it too.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, we got this, and it'll actually be fun.
Exactly. And I know people don't think about the technical issue of it and being on camera and all of that, but we make that transition very well, which is good. I think so. You're not answering. You're just like smiling like, I don't know.
Well, I'm still back to our topic, which is persuasion. And I still maintain that between the two of us, you are the most persuasive person in this couplehood.
Mm-mm.
That's what you say when you're saying yes. That's a yes to me.
Well, when I go,
yes, yes, that's a yes. Translation, yes. Thanks. You're just not ready to say, yes, you're right. That's what that is.
But no, Jill. I cannot, no, and I'm going back to my defense. I cannot talk you into anything that you don't want to do.
Persuasion is when you convince me that it is what I want to do. That's persuasion.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. That is what persuasion is to me. Where I don't think that's what I know without a doubt. That's not what I want to do. And you convince me that it's for the betterment.
Yeah, but see, I have convinced you to, let's say, we go clothes shopping.
Again,
and wait,
I don't even want to try that. I don't want to try that. Jill, try it on. I don't want to try that. I don't like that. Jill, try it on. Just try it on. Just try it on. Okay, I try it on. I'm like, okay, you were right.
But then sometimes
that's persuasion again.
But sometimes I persuade you to try something on, but your attitude does not change at all. You might try it on, but you're still, I don't like it. But your demeanor shows that also, in the way
yes,
you stand.
I have a different walk when I'm wearing something I really like.
Wear this potato sack. Well, I gotta wear. Why do I have to wear a potato sack? So again, but see, usually when you try that something on and you don't like it and you're walking around like that, it's because it actually doesn't work. Doesn't look
yes,
good on
I'm able to see when you're right, sweetheart.
Yeah, but you gotta you have to try things, Jill.
You persuade me to do that.
Well,
that's the
my
whole
defense
point.
is I don't persuade you to do
you
anything.
Just use the word persuade.
I don't persuade you to do anything I don't think that you haven't already decided whether you would do or not.
No, that's not true.
I can't persuade you to be my ride or die chick.
I just think the phrasing needs to change. That's all.
I don't think it does.
The phrasing needs to change. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll get back to that another time.
Yes, we will. All right. Well, let's get to our second segment that we call
Give it a rest and a resolution.
My conclusion is that you're one of the most persuasive people I know that has an effect on me.
Okay. My conclusion is that yes, people have said that I can be persuasive.
So your conclusion is that I'm right?
People, do you remember? Well, I'm going to say you're right, but can you remember the time where were we? We were at the Decatur Book Festival. And I was trying to get people to sign up for the AWC, the Atlanta Writers Club.
And you were very good at that. You
really,
get people, because those people are like, I just want to walk by. I don't want to talk to any of you. I don't want to stop. And every time they would stop.
Yes, but there was this one particular woman. She said, "Oh, I can tell you're a salesman." And I said, "Ma'am, I'm not a salesman. Nope. I've never been a salesman." "Oh, yes, you have. Only salesmen talk like that." Said, No. I said, "Ma'am, no, I'm not." She's like, she accused me of lying.
Yes, I remember her.
Lying.
I remember her. And I backed you up. Like, no, ma'am, he's never been a salesman, ever. And she said, "Fine, what do you do for a living?" Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And you told her, and she came into the booth. She had no other words. She came in, signed up.
and signed up. Well, there you go.
Yep.
There you go. So yes, people have said I can be persuasive.
Yes, but you're charming about it.
That's good.
Yes.
That's the good part. Yeah.
Yes. Which is why I took issue with her calling you a salesperson. Not that any of you, if you're in sales, I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying, there's this stereotype about what salespeople are like.
Yes.
And you don't fit that.
That's good.
All right. Well, let's get to our third segment that we call.
Oh, but by the way, I have to go back. I'm sorry. Back to
we need to get
salespeople.
to our third.
Back to salespeople.
They're
worth their weight in gold. A good salesperson is worth their weight in gold. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, they are the ultimate persuasive people, aren't they?
Yes.
If they're good at it.
They're good at it, yes.
All right. Well, let's get to our third segment that we call
I'm trying to help you.
Advice.
Oh, this is going to be a switch for you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, listeners.
I'm scared.
If people have told you you're a very persuasive person, own it, use it, do it, be persuasive, use it to your benefit. Please do. It'll make your life better.
Well, then my advice is, Tony, own it, do it, be it. It'll make your life better. That's my advice. It's to you.
Yes. Oh, okay. So what I'm saying is, I know I can be persuasive. I do know that. I know it is one of my strengths.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because you, like I said, you're very charming about it. So that is a strength.
Charming. Yes, I'm persuasive in a charming way.
Yes, you are.
Yes. Okay.
All right, let's get to our last segment that we call.
So,
what do you think? What do you think? Because I'm right.
Because I'm right.
Phone number.
All right, listeners, we want to hear from you at 404-594-2247.
And you can also use that number to let us know if you would like to be a guest on our new live video podcast show that's premiering on Fireside on Wednesday, March 30th at 8 p.m. But again, it's every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday,
So
yes.
We've already booked someone for that first show. So, we're talking about future shows.
Yes. And also remember, you can leave a text at that number also if you prefer.
Yes, you can. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. You've been listening to I'm Right.
I'm Right.
I'm Joel Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Shout out to Gifford Ivan Cordova III for the music, Nick Sinke for the art, and to you, our audience. Thank you.
Audience, yay!
We love you.
We love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.